And this is everything that happens.
You okay?
I'm very good, thank you.
Can I help you with anything?
No, could you identify yourself first, please?
Yeah, I'm a police officer. I've got my warrant card with me. How is it I can help you today?
I didn't ask for any help. And your collar number, please.
It's my shoulder number.
Shoulder.
It's 1968 November Echo.
Thank you very much.
What is it you're doing today?
I'm filming.
Pardon?
I'm filming.
Any reason what for?
Yep, just to see how well that the police actually interact with local people.
Alright. Are you from around here? Are you from this area?
There's no point in fishing to whether or not I'm from round here or not.
I was just asking.
It should make no difference whether or not I was or I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
It's just something that...
A second officer arrives, identifying herself and giving her caller number. She asks why he's filming, and the auditor repeats his reason, to test public-police interaction. But when she hints no need to film, the auditor pushes back hard, reminding her of Section 43. He warns her not to misuse it, clarifying he is fully within his rights. The exchange grows sharp. You can feel the officer realizing she's dealing with someone who knows the law better than most. The authority she thought she had begins slipping away, and suddenly the balance tilts in the auditor's favor.
should happen.
No worries. Obviously, you're filming a police station. There's no need for you to be filming a police station.
Okay.
I'm going to search you.
Hang on. Well, first of all, let's just actually clarify this.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to use Section 43, okay, don't just quote me a number, quote me the specific part of Section 43 before you even attempt to do anything, okay, because under Section 43 I have the legal right to actually film a police station. I'm breaking no laws, okay. A detective sergeant has only just been out here, okay, so think very carefully before you even attempt to use Section 43, because if you go to use Section 43, okay, I will sue you.
Sue me for what?
Okay, for an unlawful detainment, okay?
Why is it unlawful?
Because it is perfectly lawful, exactly what I'm doing, filming the police station. You've asked me what I'm doing, I've given you a reason, okay? Now it states that, yeah, and if you look under the Section 43, okay, it is perfectly lawful for me to film a police station, okay, and Section 43 cannot be used in the line of filming. I'm here to audit the actual police station, and if you care to actually look, because you're a public service, okay, and I'm a member of the public, okay, and I'm entitled to do exactly what I'm doing, okay. That's why I'm saying to you, you need to think very carefully now, and if you're going to use Section 43, if you're going to use Section 43, make sure that you quote me the correct legislation from 43.
You feel the need to come out here and start filming the police station.
Well, what gives you the right to abuse my rights?
How am I abusing your rights?
Because you're going to try and use the Terrorism Act,
I haven't
okay?
even done anything yet.
Well, you said you're going to search me.
Okay, but I haven't done anything yet, have I?
That's only because I'm challenging you.
No, I'm asking you a question and you can't give me an answer.
I don't need to justify what I'm doing, okay? I've told you why I'm here.
Auditor lays it out, quoting Section 43 incorrectly or detaining him would be unlawful and he'd sue. He explains that filming police stations is perfectly legal and warns the officer to think very carefully before taking the next step. His confidence dominates the moment, turning the balance of power upside down. Instead of intimidating the auditor, the officer now looks like the one being schooled in the law she's supposed to enforce. Every sentence he delivers feels like a checkmate move, and with each point, the officer's options shrink dramatically.
Okay, and that's why I told you, think very carefully before your next step, okay? And if you need to call an inspector or a sergeant out, then I suggest you do so,
Who is it
okay?
you just spoke to?
A detective sergeant that was just out here.
Did not say who it was.
Okay? Right, so think very carefully.
Did they not say who it was?
Well, just call through to your control room, they sent him out.
No one called.
He's only come out, literally, he only just left me just as I walked this way. Okay. So that's why I said, think very carefully with what you're about to do.
What did he say?
He knows I'm perfectly well within my lawful rights to do what I'm doing.
What do he look like? I'll go and see if I can find him quickly.
In plain clothes, a little bit taller than me, a little bit chubby, shortish hair.
Suit?
Yeah.
Alright, 2 seconds.
Okay, looked like a dark blue suit.
And you said he was DS, yeah?
Detective Sergeant, yep, he came from upstairs, over in that far corner, is where he came from. So that's why I said, think very carefully.
I don't think very carefully.
No, you do. You can't just use the section 43, okay, and abuse that power. That's why section 44 got removed, because of officers like you that tried to abuse.
Like me.
Yeah,
You've never met me
you've
before.
gone to use
Officers like me.
Yeah, that's
Officers
why
like
the first
me.
thing you
Mate,
actually went
there's
to do
no
was
need
take
to
your
be
gloves
silly.
out and
There's no
actually
need
try and
to be
abuse
silly.
my rights.
I'm not abusing your
Yeah,
rights.
you did by trying
not
to say you're going to
abusing your rights.
search me. What gives you the right to think that you can do that?
But how am I abusing your rights?
Okay, to even suggest that. You're absolutely a disgrace, you are.
I'm a disgrace.
Yes, you are.
It's a bit extreme.
No, you're a disgrace to
Why
even
am I a
suggest that.
disgrace?
Okay?
Why am I a disgrace?
For somebody doing something lawful, you think that you can search him.
I'm asking you why you've come down
You think
here.
it makes no difference. I don't even have to answer you.
Okay, let's stand in
Okay.
silence. Right, fine by me.
But to even suggest that you're going to search me, okay? Honestly, you're an absolute embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. Yeah.
The standoff escalates. The officer suggests searching him, but the auditor shuts him down, calling it an abuse of rights. He points out this exact misuse is why Section 44 was abolished. His voice sharpens as he accuses her of being a disgrace, an embarrassment, and a joke for even suggesting a search. The intensity is undeniable. This is no longer just a legal debate, but a direct challenge to her authority and credibility. The clash becomes personal, exposing the officer's lack of control, and the camera captures every second of her humiliation.
That's why I told you, you need to think very carefully on your next move. Okay? Think very carefully. Okay? And when you put your camera on, you are meant to inform a member of the public.
It isn't.
Yes, you are. It's in your code of ethics. Okay? So, and you need to look under section 3.5.5. Okay? And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be doing the job. Okay? And that's why I said, make sure that you quote the correct part of section 43. If you're going to actually try and use that, just make sure you try and use that. Okay, and as I said, then I will take out a case against you.
No worries, no problem.
Alright? You're an absolute embarrassment, and you wonder why people actually decide to do something like this. It's because of what you try and do to members of the public for doing something completely lawful. Okay? There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Okay? The DS that came down here, okay, really lovely guy, had a nice chat with him.
Okay.
Right, understood everything that was being done, okay, and to come out with that straight away, you're a joke. You're an absolute joke.
Hello, you alright?
All good.
I've just spoke to someone who spoke to you. I don't think it's DS from the sounds of it, but I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I think what he said. Did you say to him about obviously you weren't happy about the lack of police officers or something like that? Was it?
Yeah, it's called an audit.
Yeah, fair enough. Long and short of it, like you said, he's obviously said you can record. The more people we see you see it, obviously with everything going on, terrorism is obviously very high. You can be searched under it. Obviously, it's our powers to use. I know you're going to say the legislation's not great. It's not, or we shouldn't be using it, whatever.
Well, no, it'd be an unlawful detainment, is what it will be.
What we would say though is, obviously, with what's happening in the world and obviously terrorism acts and stuff like that, we would probably, if we wanted, we can search under it. We'd think there's enough. I think what the guy upstairs said to you is, obviously, you can film. Obviously, the longer you stay here, the more people are probably going to stop you and think this looks a bit suspicious. Is that kind of what he said to you?
Okay, just remember, suspicion number one isn't a crime.
No,
okay?
I didn't say it was. I just said, is that what he said to you? That if you hang around here, it's going to...
No, he didn't tell me that if I hang around here.
So what obviously what I'm saying is obviously if loads of police officers keep seeing someone film a police building, they would probably search you under the Terrorism Act because they would see it as suspicious that you've been spoken to now by 2 officers and they've said to you, like, obviously you can film, but if you carried on to staying here like all day, they're going to go, why is he still here filming?
Another officer steps in trying to smooth things over. He admits that while filming is legal, more police might see it as suspicious and attempt to search under the Terrorism Act. The auditor cuts him off. Suspicion is not a crime. He cites the official Met guidance, which explicitly states the public has a right to film stations, staff, and vehicles. His preparation is clear. He knows the memos, the legislation, and the loopholes better than the officers confronting him. It's a masterclass in standing your ground, and it shows how knowledge can flip the script entirely.
And even if I did, there is still nothing wrong with that.
But you'd probably get searched, and then if you wanted to put a complaint in or whatever, then that would be down to you. But officers would probably, the next person who stops you, will probably search you.
Okay.
And just be aware, whoever you spoke to, they haven't informed anyone else that you're here.
That's not my fault though.
No, I'm not saying that.
But as I did tell you, it literally only just left me.
Yeah, but
I walked from here to there.
But I don't know that.
And that was when you came out, okay? But maybe what you should do is, instead of actually going to try and go straight in for and saying about search, okay? Maybe the actual facts should actually be put forward first. You can't go off of what you don't know, but what you do know.
Yeah,
okay, and that is the difference.
Out here,
yes.
filming a police building.
Yes, and what's wrong with that? There is no law and no crime that I've committed.
But to us, it's suspicious. You standing
yeah, but just remember, suspicion is not a crime. And if you actually go by what the actual memo was that got sent out to all police stations, okay, to do with auditors, and I told you that that's what I was doing, okay, that we are to be left alone, okay, and to be able to actually film, okay, and it is on the actual Met actual website itself to say that any member of the public has the right to film a police station, police staff, police vehicles, and so on, okay, and not have section 43 used, and that is on your own website.
Okay, but we can use that to search.
And it will be unlawful.
It's not unlawful.
Yes, it is unlawful.
No, it's not unlawful.
Yes, it is unlawful. Okay, you have to have reasonable suspicion, okay, and just because you suspect, that is not reasonable grounds for that search, okay. So you need to actually clarify, and you need to actually go back and look at how to use section 43 in the correct manner.
No worries, mate, I will do.
Okay.
So we'll leave you to it. But obviously, like I said, if more colleagues come, and obviously after we've obviously it's been on the radio now because my colleagues put it up that someone filming, the next officers might search you, and it'll be down to their powers. All right? I know you disagree with it, but if that's what they decide to do, then that's what they decide to do. And if you're not happy about it, then obviously you have to put a complaint in about obviously that person. Okay?
Yeah. Can I say thank you very much for actually taking the time to actually go up and actually find out for me.
Yes, right. There's quite a few people up there, so it does take a while to find.
Yeah. No.
Unfortunately, they're not got numbers or shoulders numbers.
No,
so.
it was most appreciated.
Obviously, going forward, I know obviously you might want to record or whatever, but you probably will get challenged again.
And that's fine. I welcome any interaction by any officer.
Fair enough. But the next one might search you.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah. As I said, I welcome any interaction by any officer.
The conversation softens as the officer concedes. Yes, the next cop might still search him, but that's up to them. The auditor acknowledges a risk, but welcomes any interaction. He isn't backing down. He even reassures them he avoids filming victims or reception areas, showing he respects boundaries while still holding police accountable. It's a small but important detail that separates him from agitators. He's here for accountability, not harassment. That distinction gives his stance even more credibility, and it leaves the officers with nothing solid to argue back.
Honest answer, are you going to be staying here for a while and filming? Just so we can put it up.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. So we can tell people.
I may be done in 5 minutes. Yeah, I may be here for another half an hour. I don't know.
Okay, no worries. The only thing I would say as well, I know you want to film it, but there's also victims here as well.
I know. That's why I've made sure that I haven't gone anywhere near the actual reception.
Yeah.
And when
they also do sit under here as well.
Okay.
And they probably won't go upstairs, but they can go upstairs.
Yeah, well, nobody's been there, okay? If I sort of think that somebody is, okay, or somebody actually said that they were, then I would blur their actual face out. So that's not a problem.
Fair enough. That's the only thing I would ask.
Okay, no, that won't be any...
Like the next officer might actually just turn around and say, like, you've been spoken to twice, you're getting searched. Fair enough? I know you might disagree with it, but that's probably what will probably happen.
Yeah, but then I will wait and see when I engage with the next officer.
But all I'm just saying to you is probably what would happen next. Obviously, because we've had interactions now with you, 3 of us. Obviously, we've spoken to you, and that's that. Okay?
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries.
No worries. Thank you, sir.
Have a lovely evening.
What was I doing?
Okay, so there is her walk of shame, where she really thought that she was going to use section 43 on me, but she got absolutely nothing at all. So she has to get back in her van, and then she has to drive off. So, but what an absolute joke that she thought that she could get out and actually go in for a section 43. Okay. Right. What an absolute joke this woman is. Absolute joke. So, but she really needs to sort it out. She really does. Look, in with the vehicle running and on her phone. So, what does that say? So,
yes?
Well, you do realise you shouldn't be on your phone while the engine's running.
Yes, I can be.
No, you can't be. That is what the actual law is. You're not above the law.
I'm hot.
You've still got the keys in the ignition.
And I'm hot.
That is, it makes no difference. The law is with the keys in the ignition.
The final moments are almost comedic. The officer who threatens Section 43 drives off, but the auditor notices she's on her phone with the engine running. He calls her out, reminding her that it's against the law to use a phone with keys in the ignition. The irony is brutal. After trying to pin him with unlawful suspicion, she's the one breaking the law. It's a perfect walk of shame ending. The auditor leaves victorious, the officer exposed. The reversal couldn't be clearer. Citizen, lawful. Officer, careless. And the camera makes sure the world sees it.